It's Eastern Conference time for the traveling Indiana Pacers today. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge joins us from the sideline. Taking a look at Miami. After dropping the first 3 games of the season, they need to turn it around.
And you know, for the Heat, hanging where they are, right in the middle of the standings, will not make things easy for them down the stretch.
Well, it figures to be a hectic finish to the season as they attempt to lock down a postseason berth. They've got very little margin for error the rest of the way.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Victor Oladipo trained with Dwayne Wade heading into last season. Now, Wade says, we talked about not knowing the path of your career. Don't put limitations on yourself. The result for Oladipo was an all-star appearance. Kevin?
He's definitely on an upward trajectory, DA. Thank you. Clark, back when you were playing, what were the biggest challenges over the first third of the season you found?
Well, the travel is always a challenge, particularly early in your career, just learning how to manage that. How do you rest? How do you get your work in? How do you stay focused mentally? So the challenge of travel and the details of your craft. And then establishing chemistry with your teammates. We were kind of in transition my first 3 years in Indiana, where we had new players each year. And that's one of the challenges with the team that's struggling to be competitive.
Here's the starting group for the Indiana Pacers. Collison and Oladipo are the guard set. Bogdanovich outside at the 3 with Young down at power forward. And it's Turner in at the center position. And so it's the Heat hitting on the board first. Collison kicks to Young. Inside and stolen by Whiteside. Johnson with it. Dragic finds Whiteside and he gets it to go.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
Now, here is Young. 14 points from him the last game against Philadelphia. Back to Turner. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Exceptional skills for Turner down in the paint. This guy, I think, has the potential to be a dominant player inside for a lot of years.
Here's Richardson. 14 points from him the last game against San Antonio. Whistle blows. That's going to be a travel. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here's Oladipo. Sweet little floater. Oladipo's got his first points of the night.
Boy, the floater is one of the most beautiful shots in the game, and when used correctly, Victor Oladipo showing you he's got that shot down pat.
Now, here's Whiteside. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against San Antonio.
And how about the job he did rebounding as well, guys? I mean, just a dominant performance on the glass. Now, that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Back to Turner. Over Whiteside. And Whiteside sends it back.
And Whiteside takes great pride in rejecting shots. Outstanding at getting his arms up and denying shooters.
Now here's Dragic. He's coming off a 19-point game against San Antonio.
Gotta like how they've come out here. I mean, connecting on 4 of their first 5 shots, yes, that's good.
To the inside, Richardson. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Richardson's got 5.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting calls, and for good reason.
Well, you know, Greg, they can count on him to get buckets. I mean, he's getting the ball because he's very efficient when he has it.
And once again, off the mark by Indiana. And he converts the layup. 7 points in the game.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Collison, the pass to Oladipo. Back to Collison. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
$175, and that might be generous for DC. He says, I don't care. I'm attacking the defense no matter what size I am.
Now here's Dragic. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Here's Oladipo. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. That's on Goran Dragic.
Sometimes it's about presence, and Oladipo has it. Really willing himself to the line and going right into the defense that time. He forced the foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
A free throw drops for Oladipo. And for Victor Oladipo, his jump forward, Clark, as a player, came through a lot of small improvements, but perhaps the largest was his shooting.
Yeah, I like the fact that you mentioned the incremental improvements in those small areas. You know, his percentages certainly went up inside and out, but he created a lot of chances for himself and his teammates with his driving ability. And he got very comfortable shooting off the bounce and not just relying on the catch and shoot. And boy, his confidence, you could just see it elevating with each passing month of the season. And this guy's a bona fide all-star.
And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Nothing wrong with that. You got to be flexible. When something isn't working, you adjust, you modify, you go to something else. That's what the best coaches do.
Check out the NBA's top producers from three-point land. Look at Richardson. He's absolutely deadly from outside.
He is as automatic as they come from behind the arc, and that shooting ability makes him an option every trip down the floor.
Turner against Whiteside. Shot clock at 6. Here's Richardson. Tries again, and Whiteside finishes it off.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
And the basket by Collison.
And Collison with superb quickness, tough to contain off the pick and roll.
Dragic finds Whiteside. Shoots over Turner. Richardson up top. They get it back, and it's slammed in by Whiteside.
And great effort on the boards, and what a mean
that
was, Kevin. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the pump.
And for the most part, when Bogdanovich is out on the floor, he's there to do one thing, shoot.
And I tell you what, when you can shoot like that, that's all you need to do. Great catch-and-shoot player who can stretch the defense. You cannot leave him alone. And really, his presence frees up so much for his teammates on the floor.
Two shots.
The first one falls. And Bogdanovich, a player who has bounced around the last few seasons.
Yeah, you know what? He's a guy that spaces the floor nicely, Kevin, and he's got a toughness to him that I think was undervalued and underappreciated across the league. He can make shots off the catch and shoot or coming off screens, and he also showed himself to be a better defender than people thought he was.
And Clark, you played your entire career with the Pacers. What was your favorite memory during that time?
Well, certainly realizing the dream of being an NBA player, Kevin. I was the 8th pick overall. It was close to where I played in college at Ohio State. And then being able to perform at a high level to be a unanimous all-rookie team selection. That was a pretty good highlight for me starting my career.
Here's Collison. Hassan Whiteside made his last basket. Turner dishes to Oladipo. And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That is his first foul of the game. Oladipo against Waiters. Clock at 6. Outside Collison.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game.
Not one second chance bucket allowed. That is finishing off good defense.
Richardson against Bogdanovich. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession.
A chance now to get a glimpse at how the Heat are doing early in the season in the NBA stats.
And, you know, going back to their turnovers, fewest in our league, that shows you the intelligence they play with. You have to beat them. They are not going to do it for you.
Collison kicks to Oladipo. Down low. That one, no good. And Miami the other way now. There's the pass to Richardson. He dishes it to Waiters. Nice D from Oladipo.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Shot from 12. Got a hand on it. Johnson, that's for 2. The rebound by Turner.
Boy, they ran the offense well to get this look. Even though he missed it, I think they liked the shot.
Collison's shot is good. Collison's got 6. The Heat leading by 5. Timeout called the Heat.
And, you know, last year was a bit of a mixed bag for Miles Turner. I mean, he was expected to take another big leap forward into stardom, but didn't quite get to that point. But sometimes growth is not a straight line. It's up and down, sideways a bit. This young man's got the character and talent to be an all-star in the near future.
Going with a whole new group out there. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Turner. Sabonis comes in for Young. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Darren Collison. Now here's Winslow. To the middle. Here's Olynyk. It's rebounded by Indiana.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Oladipo up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And the way Oladipo handles himself from inside is commendable. I mean, actually, it's tremendous. He does a nice job utilizing the strength that he had.
Now, here's Olynyk over Sabonis. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Count it, good. Now just a 1-point Miami lead.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And the basket by Olynyk.
And really, the improvement as a finisher is noticeable for Kelly Olynyk.
Oladipo, the pass to Joseph. He kicks to O'Quinn. Shoots over Winslow and off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. On the wing, Johnson. He's covered by Joseph. It's stolen by Oladipo. They're running. Pass to O'Quinn. Rebound by the Heat. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
I mean, frustrating when missed free throws become contagious. Really the Achilles heel in that one.
Well, if you're going to win, you've got to shoot a good percentage from the stripe. And for them, they have no one to blame but themselves.
Now, here's Oladipo. After Dwayne Wade's miss, Joseph, that's good.
Confidence right there. Joseph comfortable stroking the ball as soon as it hits his hands.
Wade against Oladipo. And here's Wade looking for his first basket still in this one. 6 on the shot clock. The Heat need to get a shot off. Winslow's shot is off.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Now here's McDermott. Victor Oladipo unable to get his last shot to go. Lets a floater go. Kicks it out to Johnson. Back to Wade. Jacks up a 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Wade's got his first 3 points of the game. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for Miami.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is working hard on the offensive glass. They've had a number of putbacks.
Now, here's Wade. Victor Oladipo unable to get his last shot to go. Wade kicks to Adebayo. Wade surveying the D. Over Oladipo. And the call will be against Sabonis. That's his first foul. And the Heat making a change here. Magruder's checked in. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. And there's Johnson. That's good on the assist by Wade. And it's a 5-point Heat lead.
And, you know, guys, Wade is a terrific teammate, always willing to give up the ball and share the sugar, if you will, especially when his teammate is wide open.
Now, here's Oladipo. 32 points for him last game against Philadelphia.
And he caused major problems with his defense as well. He had 4 steals by the time the game was over.
Good D by Wade.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Heat out front. They lead by 5. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. The first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
And you know what, Greg? It looks like they have an advantage there. I mean, I liked how they've made an effort, really a concentrated effort, to hit that glass.
Pacers trail by 5. They've got Adebayo. Tyler Johnson is out there with Wayne Ellington. Then it's Justice Winslow. And it's Magruder in at the 3. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Now, here's Sabonis. 17 points for him last game against Philadelphia.
And we have to mention his rebounding. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
Now here's McDermott. Defense is right there. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And really one of the best assets of Sabonis is his mind for the game. Very aware on the offensive end, knows how to create chances, and just plays the game with his mind as much as his athleticism.
Two shots.
Free throw good, Sabonis. And for Sabonis, we all know his father was one of the best when it came to seeing the floor, Greg. As a big man, his passing game was terrific.
And skills like that go a long way in the NBA. Sabonis does all the little things that free up shots for himself and his teammates. Is starting to play with more aggression, and this is a guy that can be an all-star.
So he gets them both. In the NBA, Clark, great offense sometimes overcomes great defense. The fadeaway jumper, an example of one of the more unstoppable shots players make.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, you think of guys like Dirk Nowitzki, LeBron James. Dirk's was so unorthodox, and at his size, just impossible to get to his shot when he stepped away from you. And LeBron has mastered it with his athleticism and strength. I mean, he'll fade away and fade 8-10 feet away from you and still get that shot off. So those two guys, I mean, if you're talking about major fadeaways currently in the last decade, I don't think you could find anybody that would top them.
Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Johnson finds Winslow. Passes it to Ellington. Joseph against Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. Releases. And too long on the shot. Pacers trail by 5. On its way from Oladipo for 2. And Winslow pulls it down.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right, they're happy with that shot.
Now here's Oladipo. He's got 8. Pass to Sabonis. Back to Oladipo. Indiana moving it around. McDermott can't get it to go.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. Looked like he forced the shot.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And that one misses. And the Heat with some changes. Whiteside's checked in for Adebayo. Johnson comes in for Justice Winslow. And it's Dragic in for Tyler Johnson. Indiana also making some changes. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Sabonis. Bogdanovich comes in for Doug McDermott. And it's Collison in for Victor Oladipo. He's off on the second. And Nate McMillan, a coach with multiple stops in his career, had good success last season with the Pacers.
And, you know, to some that was a surprise, but McMillan does a lot of things well as a coach. He communicates well, he demands accountability, and his teams typically play a smart brand of basketball. And actually, it's a reflection of how Nate was as a player.
You know, when you think of Darren Collison, I think of a smart point guard. Had 2 seasons playing understudy to Chris Paul in both New Orleans and L.A. Similar type of players who are very efficient and just gets the job done.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good from Collison. And with Collison and Greg, how he plays, when he's off the floor, you notice.
I mean, things just don't seem to run as smoothly when he's not at the helm. Finds that balance between creating for himself and others, selective with his shots, and truly a complete guard, even if he doesn't do a lot of those flashy things.
That misses, so he splits the free throws.
Darren Collison played his college basketball at UCLA. Not a big name in the point guard world, but he is as reliable as they get. Excellent speed and quickness, double-digit scoring, and was the best three-point percentage shooter in the NBA last year.
Here's Bogdanovich after the Heat pick up 2. And good that time.
On the perimeter and on the inside, too, Bogdanovich able to put points on the board.
Now Dragic kicks to Ellington. Johnson in the corner. Misses the 3. And with Collison, coaches just love him for the reasons you mentioned, Clark. Keeps an offense humming in all ways.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. I mean, he's cut down his turnovers over the last couple of seasons. His speed allows him to get into the open court, and he's really improved as a three-point shooter. All of those things help him run a team effectively. Even though he's not a big assist getter, he does help your offense run smoothly.
Dragic kicks to Johnson. Now here's Ellington. He's covered by Joseph. Shoots a fader. That one wide left. And it's Joseph with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. Outside, Bogdanovich wants to get it to Turner and does. Over Whiteside. The shot by Turner, no good. The Heat with the lead. Johnson, the pass to Ellington. That's good, and Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got 3 assists now in this one.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Now here's Turner. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now he averages nearly 12 points a game. A nice shot by Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich has got 6 points in the quarter.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Ellington takes the 12-footer and hits. And the Heat lead by 5.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Collison against Dragic. Collison, good. Collison's got 9.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Johnson. He's coming off a 10-point game against San Antonio.
But it didn't deter him from attacking defensively. His pressure was terrific. He also got 3 steals in that game.
Well, it's just been one of those kind of games for him.
To the paint. Ball's knocked loose. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. Josh Richardson's checked in for the Heat. Dion Waiters comes in for Wayne Ellington. In Indiana with a change here, too. Young's checked in for T.J. Leaf. Collison finds Bogdanovich. To the inside. Epic goes in, and the Miami lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Turner.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Now here's Whiteside. Kicks it to Waiters. Here's Johnson. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Johnson's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And taken away by Johnson. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Here's Richardson. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson. Johnson's got 4 assists now tonight.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Fantastic speed on the break. Speed kill, showing no mercy in transition there, partner.
Waiters up top. He's covered by Joseph. Shot's good by Waiters. Now it's a 7-point Heat lead.
And, you know, that's good offense there. These are the shots you want to get all the time.
Collison against Dragic. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And, you know, even though he's smaller and slight of build, Collison doesn't fear going inside. He's really solid at scoring from there.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Kelly Olynyk comes in for James Johnson. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Goran Dragic. And a change for the Pacers. O'Quinn's checked in. Now, here's Bogdanović. A 14-point game for him in the win against Philadelphia. 6 to shoot. Shoots it up. It's hauled in by the Heat. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Down low, Waiters. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Waiters got his second bucket tonight.
Good job putting the pass in front of him. Throw it where he's supposed to be, not where he is. Paving the way right to the bucket.
And Bogdanović kicks to Collison. The pass to O'Quinn. And he makes that one. O'Quinn's got his first bucket in this one. The Heat leading by 5. Waiters with the ball. Picked up by Joseph. Puts it up from 12. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Collison against Wade. Collison feeling it out a bit. 4 on the shot clock. Lets it go from deep.
I'll tell you what, Wade's one of the best in the history of the game as a shot blocker from the 2-guard position, using his athleticism to leap up and turn shots away.
Waiters no luck.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position. That's smothering defense. Chicken and gravy defense, not giving him an inch there. That's how you guard the inside. Yes, sir.
Now here's Wade. Last game we saw him score 13. Second shot opportunity. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
And the presence of Whiteside in the paint, really unreal. He is a dominant figure down low. Great work to grab that second chance opportunity.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
And it's really baffling. I don't know how he lost his touch at the line so dramatically, guys. I mean, and it happened quickly as well. He's nowhere close to what he shot from the line last season.
Mark, you were in Indiana after being drafted by the Pacers for a few seasons. Who are some of the more talented guys you played with there?
Well, Herb Williams, a teammate of mine at Ohio State, really outstanding big guy, mobile, could shoot it, excellent defender, shot blocker, and a high-quality guy. Vern Fleming was a guard that had size, excellent defender, driver of the ball. Wayman Tisdale, and he rests in peace. We lost Wayman a number of years ago to cancer. Really a gifted scorer. Steve Stepanovich, he and I both had to retire about the same time due to different knee trouble. And he was a rugged, mobile, good shooting big guy who I think would have continued to excel had he not had to retire.
Adebayo is checked in for Miami. Johnson against Oladipo. The dish to Bogdanović. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
McDermott, no one around him, and the Pacers can't get it to go. Now here's Winslow. Defense is right there, and he can't extend the lead to double digits. Pacers trail by 9. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Obviously, I mean, it would go a long way if he's making his shots. Right now, they're behind, and certainly could use his help.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations, Greg, have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Here's Oladipo, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's the Miami Heat holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, you guys are in control right now. How's that happening?
Well, I think we've been able to get to our pace. We've been active defensively, so we just have to maintain our focus and keep trying to be in attack mode, both ends of the court.
You guys are built for this, right, Coach? Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. It was a big-time first quarter from Hassan Whiteside. He had 10 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 block. Let's hear from you, Shaq, on the Heat first half.
Well, what's really shifted the game in their favor has been their rebounding. They got a good edge on the boards, and that's a product of their hard work. All 5 guys have been battling, putting everything they have to fight on the glass. That needs to remain the focus for 2 more quarters if they want to hang on to their lead.
And Kenny, let's get your input on the Pacers.
In my mind, the defense was weak, very weak. They're letting guys run free, getting open shots, and no one on that team is stepping up. I know a premium has been placed on scoring in our league, but you still have to play defense because defense wins championships.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
We return now to Miami, where you can see all the action happening on Ocean Drive, right on the beachfront. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Have to like what we're seeing from Darren Collison.
Oh, well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them and really few forced shots here so far.
And, you know, Greg, I like how they've set the pace. There's a lot of time left in this one, so there's no rush. You don't have to go 70 miles an hour. Keep it at about 45.
We begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. And so Collison will bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. They trail by 11. On the court right now for the Pacers. Bogdanovich outside at the 3 with Young down at power forward. Collison and Oladipo are the guard set. And it's Turner in at the 5 down low. Here's Waiters after the made shot from Victor Oladipo. Knocks it loose. And Waiters kicks the drivers. Johnson down low, defended by Young. Johnson can't hit.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg. Excellent feed from D.C., Darren Collison. And, you know, Thaddeus Young, the veteran forward out of Georgia Tech, over a decade of service in the NBA, and he's still one of the more dependable scorers you'll find in terms of over the course of a season.
And for Young, a veteran, as you mentioned, Clark, still one of the more athletic players in the league.
Yeah, he really is. Very impressive how long Thaddeus has been as consistent as he's been. Does a nice job running the floor. Really good in shot selection. And has become a more vocal leader as he is one of the older guys in the league now.
Now Bogdanovich following the three-point attempt by James Johnson. And that one drops for him.
Nothing but money for him to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts. Richardson against Bogdanovich.
Now here's Richardson, guarded close. Shot clock at 5, and it's going to be a 3-second call. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Look at Indiana. So far, they've got the 4th best record in the conference. And, of course, the Heat. They're back in the 8th position.
Yeah, and seeing where the Pacers are, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
And they need to stay focused. I mean, they have to ensure they hang on to a high seed. It's imperative for them.
Now, here's Oladipo. He's got 10. From deep. Miami grabs the miss. Whiteside's got 8 rebounds in this game.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Thaddeus Young using that expansive wingspan to put that shot in reverse.
Oladipo dishes to Collison. And Young pitch to Oladipo. Lets the 3 fly. That shot is off. Now the Heat take it the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points. It's stolen by Oladipo. Here's Bogdanovich. Indiana again missing. Miami leading by 4. Johnson, the pass to Richardson. Pass to Waiters. Turner against Whiteside. 6 to shoot. Now here's Waiters. No dice from 9 feet out.
Boy, a sluggish, muddy start to the second half. Still scoreless.
Collison finds Oladipo. Yep, it counts. Oladipo's got 12 points in the game.
How about this run they're in the midst of, on the verge of tying it up or maybe even taking the lead?
Has been an unreal turnaround, and I give a lot of credit to the defense right along with what they did on offense, because the defense actually gave them the spark they needed.
Now a timeout called by Miami. And for Victor Oladipo, for so many teams, he was the second option on offense. But now, Clark, he's shown he is a full-fledged #1 option.
And you know the thing about that, Kevin, that's really heartening is his teammates love him being in that spot. And that speaks to Oladipo's unselfishness and character. I mean, Russell Westbrook and Aaron Gordon both had great things to say about Oladipo's success leading the team. And again, just a credit to who he is as a young man.
I like to shake my brain, stretch it up on the table. I already know I'm made because I'm an ankle breaker. You need your ankle braces. Run from that ankle breaker. It sounds like an ankle breaker.
All right, we've got a bit of a break now, so here's a look at the league's best defenses. #1, the Heat.
Points allowed is one of the key indicators for good defensive effort. And this team does a nice job because they force opponents into tough shots. They don't allow easy shots. They're all on the same page. They're aggressive. They're focused. They pay attention to detail. And for 48 minutes, they're going to make their opponents uncomfortable. Well, I tell you what, I like the clip he's shooting at. Extremely effective. If you're on defense now, you got to get the ball out of his hand.
To the middle. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And when you see Miles Turner play on the offensive side of the ball, the amount of skill he has at his age is just amazing.
Yeah, already a great pick and pop player. You know, not going to be much of a banger down low, but has enough touch outside where he won't need to be. But while he's still a work in progress offensively, I think he's shown that he has a very high ceiling in terms of his skill set.
First one falls for him.
At 6'11" and 243 pounds, Turner is physically imposing. He's a big man, though, with a delicate shooting touch from outside.
Leaf checked in for Indiana. No good on the second free throw. The Heat leading by 3. Waiters gets a wide open look, and he's good on the 3-ball. Waiters got 11 points.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Out to Turner. Oladipo outside. Over Waiters. Green for 2 points. Oladipo's got 6 points in the quarter.
Yeah, and he's connecting on a lot of his shots here, shooting a high percentage from the field, really giving his team a boost.
They get a hand on it. Passes it to Collison. Back to Turner. Dishes it to Collison. Inside and stolen by Richardson. Outside Dragic. And again, Miami with the triple. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Heat.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Lock at 6. Oladipo taking his time here. No good. Shot missing. And Whiteside's got the ball here for Miami. They've led by as many as 11 points. Richardson kicks to Johnson. Over Young. And there's another one for the Heat.
It goes down, but with no defender near him, no need to go to the fadeaway.
Collison, the pass to Young. To the middle. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Young's got his second basket.
You know, he might look a little thin, even wiry out there, but Young is strong. And he has no issues finishing after a bump or a hack.
And good that time. And 12 points for Hassan Whiteside.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Greg, simply controlling the glass. I mean, plus 10 is the advantage in rebounds right now.
Now here's Johnson, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Thaddeus Young.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And some changes here for the Heat. Rodney McGruder's checked in for Richardson. And Ellington is subbed in for Dion Waiters. Then for the Pacers, Sabonis, he's checked in for Turner. Doug McDermott comes in for Young. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Darren Collison. He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Mark, you played for a small market team in Indianapolis, so difficult now for them to retain all-star level talent, or so it would seem.
Yeah, that's always been the case, Kevin, and I don't think that's changed much. You know, KD goes from Oklahoma City to the Bay Area. Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward go from small markets to Boston, although Kyrie was traded. Gordon Hayward was signed as a free agent. I think it's just one of those inherent issues that will continue to be a challenge for some of the small market teams. That's why the draft and developing drafted players for those teams is so critically important.
Here is Ellington. After the made shot from Victor Oladipo, got a piece of it. On the wing, Ellington. Guarded by Oladipo. Here's Magruder. Misses off the right iron. Pacers trail by 8. Oladipo outside for 3. Connects from three-point range. Oladipo's got 19 points.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Dragic against Joseph. There's the call on James Johnson. That'll be his second foul of the game. Winslow's checked in for Johnson. In Indiana with a change here too. O'Quinn's checked in. For Indiana, they've gone 8 of 13 on shot attempts to begin the second half. And Oladipo has it in the corner. Joseph with the ball. Now guarded by Dragic.
Is it me, or does it just feel like he gets every rebound that comes up?
Well, he practically has gotten every one that's available. A 20-plus rebounding game is not something we get to see very often, Greg.
Here's Joseph. Justice Winslow picking up that last bucket. Oladipo right side. Joseph against Dragic, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. And Corey Joseph quietly changing his game, Clark, the past few seasons to better his efficiency.
I agree with you there. I mean, he's done a nice job of recognizing the value of becoming better as a spot-up shooter. And as a result of the work he's put in, he's become pretty lethal on catch-and-shoot situations.
The first free throw is good.
Joseph is a guy who's a proven champion and does whatever's asked of him, and that makes him a solid leader on this team.
And a new group in for the Heat. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Whiteside. Olynyk comes in for Rodney Magruder. Wade, he's checked in for Wayne Ellington. And it's Johnson in for Goran Dragic. And Joseph drops them both. Miami leading by 5. Johnson finds Wade. Pass to Adebayo. There's Winslow. That three off the mark. Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And there's Oladipo on the assist from Joseph. 21 points for Victor Oladipo.
He has been fantastic this quarter, guys. It's just the kind of effort they need if they're going to continue to trim the lead.
And the pass to Olynyk. Makes it off the glass. Olynyk's got his second bucket of the game to go.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time. And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety. Awesome feed there. That pass was on point.
Pacers trail by 5. Here's Joseph. 5 points in the game. Down low. Stolen by Wade. Winslow with it. Johnson outside. 5 on the clock. To the paint. Here's Adebayo. That one falls. Coming off the Johnson feed. And it's a 7-point Heat lead.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
He does not look happy. Their defensive rebounding has been putrid, and they're giving up a ton of second chance points.
Who's checked in for Corey Joseph. Now let's check out the rebounds and where they're coming from. Here's a breakdown showing the front court and the back court rebounding numbers for Indiana.
And you can see the guards have been doing more than their fair share on the backboards. And coaches always preach that gang rebounding. You can't leak out until you secure the rock.
Now here's McDermott. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Back to Sabonis. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
Yeah, I'd like to see more passes like that from McDermott, especially when guys are open.
And it's Wade with the ball for the Miami Heat. They've led by as many as 11 points. Adebayo kicks to Olynyk. Over Sabonis. Off the left rim and out.
I thought he had the space to shoot comfortably there, and disappointed that he missed it.
Tipped away. Now here's McDermott, covered by Winslow. Oladipo outside. no good with the triple.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And he gets it to go. And it's 8 points for Justice Winslow.
And really all credit to the pass there. I mean, he angled it just right. Set up the basket beautifully.
And Bogdanovich kicks to O'Quinn. Johnson against Oladipo. Over Johnson. O'Quinn trying to free himself up. Oladipo misses. The Heat leading by 7.
Don't have to be in a hurry. They can hold for the last one.
That's exactly what they should do. I mean, you don't want to give the opponent another possession here. Make sure you get the last one.
Here's Wade. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got 3 assists now in this one.
Boy, you got to admire the mid-range game of Wade. Has this area of the floor on lock. I mean, incredibly efficient from here.
And so it's Miami in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. Back to the action after this word. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up. 2K Sports, happy to have you with us. Johnson and Wade are the 1 and the 2. Winslow and Olynyk fill up the forward spots. And it's Adebayo in at the center filling out the middle. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Johnson inside. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Johnson gets the bucket. Johnson's got the lead up to 11 now for the Heat. Oladipo dishes to O'Quinn. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
That's his second personal foul. At the line for the Pacers, Kyle Wade. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And Indiana making a change here. Collison's out there. That one misses.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
And now here's Johnson, a fast break chance. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
Well, I like that he shows no hesitation there.
Well, that's as easy as it gets, quite honestly. Riding solo and coasting all the way to the rack. No simpler than that.
And Miami making a change here. Richardson's checked in. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Indiana.
One shot, gentlemen.
And that one falls for Johnson. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Here's Collison. Buries it down low.
Tell you what, a player of his size needs that shot, the floater. It's invaluable for a guy like Collison.
And here's Wade. He kicks it to Richardson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade.
And piling on to that big lead, we know he has the range late on the defensive reaction.
Yeah, and you really can't afford those kinds of lapses. I mean, not when facing a hole or a deficit like this.
To the middle. Here's Turner, and it's Turner finishing it off.
Spotting the open man, Collison, a capable playmaker.
And it's Wade with the ball for the Miami Heat. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Nice D from Oladipo.
And, you know, even though they're up, he's been off his game this quarter, having trouble finding the basket.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Now Johnson. Here's Winslow. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. O'Quinn's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Collison against Johnson. Collison kicks to Bogdanovich. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And some changes here for the Heat. Johnson, he's checked in for Justice Winslow. Dion Waiters comes in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Dragic in for Johnson. Young's checked in for Indiana. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. And with the fourth quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. Let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to hear Nate McMillan talk to his team during the break. He got on him. He said he's got to see more intensity. He said we've put ourselves in this hole, and we've got to work our way out of it. Show me you've got what it takes, guys.
Here's Bogdanovich, but he gets it back. And Oladipo has it in the corner. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Oladipo's got 24.
You got to keep an eye out for Oladipo from downtown at all times. I mean, he's a sniper from outside.
Adebayo passes to Dragic. Over Collison. Dragic gets the bucket. And the Heat lead by 9.
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
It's Oladipo on the wing. He's guarded by Waiters. Turner finds Collison. And he comes up with the deuce.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Back to Adebayo. Collison against Dragic. Elbow shot. It's rebounded by Indiana. Turner's got his 6th rebound on the night. Bogdanovich wide open. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got 5 assists tonight. The Heat leading by 5. Waiters surveying the D. Over Oladipo. And that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Whiteside's checked in for the Heat. So it's the Pacers now. Collison dishes to Oladipo. Back to Collison. Oladipo outside. 6 on the shot clock. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. Whiteside's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. And Waiters kicks to Dragic. Waiters against Oladipo. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Pacers trail by 7. Outside Turner. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. Oh, Turner in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Tremendous display of chemistry and connectedness by Turner with his teammates. All they have to do is lob it his way, and he'll handle the rest.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Hemp. Dragic gets the bucket.
Well, I tell you what, they've got to be fuming. I mean, they were way too late in contesting that layup.
Raiders against Oladipo. Baseline jumper, and it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. Richardson against Bogdanovich. Richardson the pass to Waiters. And a miss there on the triple. Pacers trail by 7. Outside Collison. Shot clock at 6. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Turner, and Turner stays with it.
Boy, how about the determination of Turner? I mean, he's a wrecking ball on the glass on both ends of the floor. Just doesn't give up on plays.
Waiters against Oladipo. And Waiters kicks to Dragic. He feeds it to Johnson. Over Young. And the Heat get another bucket right there. Now here's Collison. And Young now, top of the key. To the inside. No good that time. And Miami the other way now. Waiters outside. Outside Dragic. 6 to shoot. Inside. Right side kicks to Waiters. Poke loose. It's stolen by Oladipo. To the paint. Collison finds Turner. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
And that one falls for Turner. And here's Dragic. He'll bring it up for the Heat. 4-point game. He dishes it to Richardson. Pocket 6. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
Nice to see how easy he takes over games. Makes it look elementary. I mean, that's why they feed him the rock so much.
And a slam dunk by Richardson.
And how about the fast hands and then getting right out in transition?
Well, turning defense into offense, Greg. Outstanding effort there. Swiped it away with ease, and off they went.
Collison, the pass to Bogdanovich. Bounce pass Young. Here's Turner. Buries the 7-footer. Turner's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
He's simply a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they'd be if he wasn't having this kind of quarter.
Turner with the steal. Here's Oladipo. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And Oladipo very aggressive when he's driving. I mean, the defense doesn't know what to do with him other than foul him in many cases.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
Hey, from role player to bona fide star, the jump Oladipo has taken has been outstanding. And he's not done yet, folks. He's continuing to grow.
And the Heat making a change here. Wade's checked in. Oladipo hits them both. And it's the Heat with the ball. They lead by 4. And the Heat called time here. get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Hassan Whiteside.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
And Indiana making a change here. Sabonis is checked in.
D. Wade with an excellent pass there.
Pacers trail by 6. Up top, Oladipo. Wade is covering. Stolen by Wade. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Miles Turner.
Man, the confidence and flair that Wade plays with, uniquely his own. A dynamite 2-guard who is also a clutch performer.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shot.
And he makes the first. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Whiteside, and it's slammed in by Whiteside.
And Hassan Whiteside in this deep, forget about it, Kevin. I mean, he's great at getting inside and finishing with force.
And here's Oladipo. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. They trail by 9 points. Oladipo draws the double. Collison dishes to Turner. Indiana moving the ball around. And Oladipo kicks to Sabonis. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Oladipo's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Pass to Wade. Back to Dragic. In the corner, it's Richardson. 4 on the clock. The dish now to Whiteside. And the basket is good.
And every move he makes looks like the right one at this point.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, the game comes so naturally to him, easily. I mean, helping to expand their lead as they try to close this one out. He's doing it.
Got a piece of it. Wade against Oladipo. Oladipo draws the double. Sabonis, the pass to Collison. Offensive rebound. Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Sabonis.
Yeah, I like Sabonis' game inside because he's confident and skilled.
Wade against Oladipo. Wade kicks to Richardson. Passes to Whiteside. Out to Wade. The Pacers pull it in.
And at a certain point, there's just nothing more you can do.
This is it. This one's over, folks. Too little, too late.
Bogdanovich looking around. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And I tell you what, Collison, very tough to contain because he's so fast. An excellent foul shooter as well. You can't give him any cheap ones.
At the line for 2.
Good on the first, and that trims the lead to 6.
Boy, you go back to Darren Collison's career at UCLA, very distinguished, and he's turned himself into a starting caliber pro, too.
And both free throws good for Darren Collison. And they go to the intentional foul, and a new group in for the Heat. Whiteside's checked in for Olynyk. Johnson comes in for Winslow. Richardson, he's checked in for Rodney Magruder. And it's Dragic in for Wayne Ellington. Then for the Pacers, Miles Turner, he's checked in for Leaf. Bogdanovich comes in for McDermott, and it's Victor Oladipo in for Corey Joseph. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6.
And Dragic came into the NBA with something on his resume that not many other rookies have. He has a ring from winning the Slovenian Pro League the year before he came to America.
And that will add to a healthy lead after that trip to the free throw line.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. They're trailing by 7. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Seconds left to play in the final quarter. Sabonis kicks to McDermott. Indiana moving the ball around. Dishes to Joseph. Pass to McDermott. Just 5 to shoot. They grab their own miss. And here is Joseph. No good on the 3. And so it's the Heat winning this one. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it mattered most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Goran, was defense the key to getting this victory tonight?
Yeah, we know if we want to win that game, we have to be solid in defense. You know, they're a fast-running team. They're gonna shoot 3-point line, and we just have to be solid in defense. And we did that, and in the end, we won that game. So.
Yeah, you guys worked outside in, and you were able to get stops and get the win. Congrats, Goran. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. So long, everyone.